The Sim World Racing Network presents the All-American Racing. Good evening and welcome to Sonoma, California, home of the Sonoma Raceway and stop number 16 for the 2024 All-American Racing League Cup Series. My name is Nathan Christensen, the voice of the All-American Cup. All-American Racing League Cup Series, as I mentioned, we are here live in Sonoma, California for the Visit Napa Valley 211 around this 1.96 mile road course. Left and right turns. Take a look at the weather there on the screen. Currently 69 degrees Fahrenheit, 75% humidity, partly cloudy with 22 mile an hour winds. Track temperature sitting at about 106 miles an hour. As the checkered flag drops on practice, we get set to go into qualifying mode for you this afternoon, this evening, as we'll bring up the split screen so we can keep an eye on who is on track and who is not on track. So we will take off that information there. We'll put up the scoring pylon on the left as cars begin to hit the track here for qualifying. There you see the Dr. Pepper cherry machine of Riley Hoots on track here as he works his way down to the far end of the speedway turn, essentially turn number, so they call it turn number 7. It's probably about the back half of the speedway there, as you can see on the track map there on the right hand side of your screen. Works it through the second half of the back half of the track, and it will come down through what is known as the S's here at Sonoma. There he is, working his way through the S's into the second part, and then he will kick out of the S's onto the short chute down into the hairpin turn. There you see the hairpin turn here at Sonoma. Looks like he misses his braking point and into the outside wall he goes, unfortunately. So let's see who else is on track. There we see 01 of Kyle Purcell working his way down the short chute into the hairpin. So if he has some better luck, right into your living room there is on the brakes and hard right hand turn back through there, and he will come out the other side through the kink, they call it, and back to the start finish line, and he will start his first qualifying lap. Other cars on track: Kenneth Peck in his Prisma Health number 16 Camaro. He is on track here, making currently on his first timed lap. We have Dave Lurfano out on track also in his number 8 Target Toyota. Michael Boone on his warm-up lap as he comes through the bottom end of the S's down into the hairpin section. Number 5 Dallas Stars Machine. Chad Snyder out there on track in the Blues Race Design number 26 Toyota Camry. Alan Bledsoe in the American Tire Depot American Tire Distributors number 42 there, coming through there, cross start finish line to start his first 2 time laps. The 15 GamerTube Elite 15 of Dave Hara works his way through the far end of the racetrack, gets over the curb, back on the gas and away down the little straightaway and into the next corner and heads down into the Essex. 41 of Michael Kurzilak, first car to complete a timed lap with a 1:19.785. There he is on screen. The butt kicker number 41. Moza Motorsports car there. New paint job for him this week, looking sharp as we got some more cars completing laps. On the top of the scoreboard right now is the 73 of Lewis Clark, driven that Sim World Racing Network Toyota. He is set quick time so far here with about 6.5 minutes to go. Dave Lurfano currently sitting in second. third is Michael Kurdzielek. Kenneth Peck in fourth, and then James Nelson in fifth. But I say that new fast time as Brendan Mathia jumps to the top of the board in the Tootsies, number 99 Camaro. A few other cars on track. Larry Garnes just starting his warm-up lap. And then you have some guys like Michael Boone. Chad Snyder still working on that first time lap as they work down. Chad works down the far end of the racetrack, heads back towards and down the S's as he brings it straight down towards the hairpin. Still, Brendan Mathia, first car into the 116s on the pole right now with 5 minutes and a half to go in the 10-minute 2-lap qualifying session. As Riley Hoots, he'll lock in a time of 1:17.950. We'll get him up to third as a little off-track excursion there for Chad, as you saw on the screen. But as I say that, Lewis Clark jumps to the top of the board at 1:16.592. We'll move him to the top of the chart, see if Mathia will be able to better that. He's just approaching the start-finish line now, so he works his way out of the hairpin. See if he can jump back up to the pole. This time across the line, it's going to be... He does, a 1:16.275, so Brendan Mathia jumps back to the pole at the completion of his second lap. So some more cars on track there again. Michael Boone as he enters the bottom half of the S's and works his way down towards the hairpin this time. Coming right at you down the short chute into the hairpin with number 5 machine. See if he can better his 12th starting spot currently right now, a 1:28.174 on his first lap. See if he can do better this time across the line. It'll stop the clocks at no time. I think he put a wheel off track, giving him a 1X, and that results in a slower or no time for him. So let's see. Larry Garnes is the only car left out on track. We'll start him and Chad Snyder as Larry works. Oh, that's not good. That's not going to be a quick time. Larry loops it around, but keeps it pointing in the right direction, and he will back it up and keep it going. Chad Snyder, again, another car still out on track here tonight as he works his way back down through the S's. He was able to keep it on the track this time as he reaches the bottom. Got off at the exit of the S's there as he joined the short chute to the hairpin. See if he can keep all 4 tires on the pavement and set himself a lap time here in the qualifying. 3.5 minutes to go on the clock before we are ready to roll with the Visit Napa Valley 211 from Sonoma Raceway. Keep it clean through there. See if he's able to set a lap time here as he crosses the start-finish line. So must have gone off at another spot because no lap time recorded, unfortunately, for Chad. So we'll take another look here at Larry Garnes. We'll ride on board with Larry as he heads up the hill through turns 1 and 2, the QFRL roof cam. Bring you this view here. Let's see what's down here. I think this is like 3 and 3A. Corners are very numbered, kind of weird because they count this one as corner we're coming up to now, the hard left right-handed. They count this as corner 4, and then they go down the short chute here at the far end of the track, and they count this as turn 7. And that's because there's a whole inner loop section that would make up 5 and 6 that they just don't run these cars on. They used to a few years back, and then they went back to the old style 1.96 mile course. The other course is about 2 1/3 mile long, so this is definitely a shorter course by just about 0.4, just under half a mile, I guess. But makes the race a little bit longer and a little more exciting because they get to be wide, and handsome there in that back end of the racetrack here. But as he works his way through the hairpin, and then he'll come back down through the kink and across the start-finish line, see if he's able to record a lap time here for Larry Garnes. So I guess 12th quickest, a 1:23.159 for Larry Garns. And with that, no one else currently on track, so a few cars electing not to take time. You got Curtis Sabaran, Greg Barnett, Tyrone Yo, all not taking time. And then you had cars out there who had some kind of mix-up and weren't able to complete a timed lap. That looks like we got Chad Snyder and Kyle Purcell, both those drivers unable to complete one complete timed lap. So with about 45 seconds to go in practice, what you see on the screen there on the left-hand side should pretty much be the starting lineup for the first 13 cars in tonight's event. As time winds down here, as we get set, bringing into Cup Series qualifying here. Thanks for joining us here on a Tuesday night, 8:40 Eastern Time, as we get set for qualifying to finish up and set the field and the grid for tonight's event. So, as the field will line up behind the pace truck, which you see there on screen. Field will get lined up. And we will bring you the starting lineup here momentarily from Sonoma. As we sit high above again. You're watching the Visit Napa Valley 211 from Sonoma Raceway. Here, live on the SimWorld Racing Network, race 16 of the 2024 All-American Racing League Cup Series. My name is Nathan Christensen. Glad you could join us here tonight for this broadcast as we get set to roll the field for a couple of pace laps here in this one. As we get set momentarily as the field finishes gridding, and there you can see the starting lineup on the screen there. So Brennan Mathia and Lewis Clark will be row number 1 tonight. The second row will be the number 8 of Dave Lafano and Riley Hoots. Row number 3 will be Michael Kurdzielek and Tommy Osborne. Row number 4 we'll see Kenneth Pack in his number 16 and Alan Bledsoe in the 42. James Nelson will roll off from 9th. Dave Hara outside him in the number 15 car from 10th. Travis Rodriguez and Larry Garns roll off from row number 6. Michael Boone and Kyle Purcell in his 01 will roll off 13th and 14th in row 7 respectively. Then we got 15, starter number 38, Greg Barnett, and the number 54 of Curtis Sabarin. Chad Snyder and Tyrone Yo will make up the back row here in row number 9 in the 18-car field as the field works its way here through the back end of the speedway as they make their way down the S's. And we'll get double file here momentarily as we get back down towards the hairpin. As we get set to go, 66 laps tonight will be the distance for this event. Thanks again for joining us as we get set to go green flag racing as they make their way down through the S's. As they come back down here, the bottom of the S's and into the hairpin, they'll double up and we will come to green this time. For the 18-car field, 66 laps, as I mentioned, will be the distance. Work their way down the short suit. Here they come into the hairpin. As they roll into the restart zone, under control Mathia, green flag is out, and we are racing in Sonoma. Up to the hill. The advantage goes to the 73. Who's got the inside groove. Both cars getting a little loose. Ooh, 73 continues to get loose. So that opens towards the 99 of Mathia. Slides in front of him and works his way up through into turn number 4 area. Jump over the curve a little wide there for the Osborne number 1. Make their way down to turn number 7. Well, we got 2 cars around. Looks like we got an incident with the 1 and the 42. Everyone else able to avoid. The 5 gets a little off-road in there, but everyone keeps rolling. See if we can find a replay of that one for you. Let's do this first so you can see everything. I apologize for that. Let's see here if we can see a replay of what happened. Oh, looks like Osborne gets loose and just nowhere to go for the 42. He makes contact, and these other cars use the off-track excursion to avoid the contact. So just the number 1 car got loose. Wrong place, wrong time for the 42 there as we work our way around at the completion of lap number 1. The leader is still the 99 of Brendan Mathia out front. Not by much though. There you see the first and second place cars working their way down to the far end of the racetrack into turn number 4. Way wide that time for the 73. He's able to get it all corrected and back on track. He's going to look to make go a little bit wider and then try to cut it back down to the inside. Nothing doing there as they work down through the S's. Starting work on lap number 3. Back up the hill they go. Definitely one of the cool parts of Sonoma is all the elevation changes these guys go through every lap. As we ride on board the 99 machine, there you can see the 73 just off his rear bumper as they work through turn number 4 down to what is turn number 7. Shots from the on-board cam as we ride on board the Tootsies number 99. The second part of the S is going to come down here into the hairpin. Jump on board the roof cam of the SWRN Sonoma Racing Network. 73 off course there for the Lewis Clark, but able to keep the momentum going and gets it right back on track and still looking to chase down that number 99. Still early in the going as we complete the 3rd lap. Behind Lewis in the 3rd spot is the number 91 Dr. Pepper Cherry Machine of Riley Hoots there holding on to the 3rd spot. Behind him there in 4th though is the number 8 of Dave Lafano. The 41 the Moza Butt Kicker Ford Mustang of Michael Kurdzielek running there in 5th position. 6th right now is the 16 Prisma Health Machine of Kenneth Peck. Right there, and then 7th right now, Travis Rodriguez holds on to that position and is number 79 Toyota as Lewis Clark goes around and swings it back on track. Let's see if we can see what happened to Lewis. Oh, just got a little too much of the curb there on corner entry, spun it around, able to keep it off the wall as he let a few guys get by, and then he looks like he's going to gun it and get that car spun back around. There he goes, pointed back in the right direction. So definitely have to keep an eye on him as he works his way back through the field. He's back down, fallen to about 8th spot right now on track, has he? So we'll keep an eye on Lewis to see if he's able to make his way back to the front of the field. Behind him, though, in ninth spot now is the number 26 of Chad Snyder there in his beautiful Blues Race Designs machine as they work their way back across the start-finish line. The completion of lap number 4 that time. Up the hill Chad goes. So Chad is in 9th. Running in 10th right now is the 15 Gamer Tube Elite machine of Dave Hara and his Chevrolet, being hounded there by the number 01 of Kyle Purcell. So there's your battle for 10th and 11th on track. The 15 Hara has it. The 01 of Purcell wants it. Their way down through turn 7 and down the S as they come. Still nose to tail, 10th and 11th. Behind them, running in the 12th position, is the number 42. After early race incident involving him and the 1 there, some contact keeps his car running in the right direction and moving back up the charts. He's up to 12th now. That is the number 42 of Alan Bledsoe. Behind Alan, driving that number 5 Dallas Stars Machine Speed Society team member, Mike Boone in the number 5 here, works his way through the hairpin at the near end of the racetrack and back through the kink as we get set as he heads back down through across the start finish line. We work lap number 6 of 66. Stages will be at the completion of lap number 15 and 33, so still a little bit of ways to go before we see the end of stage number 1, but we'll take a look back here. There's the number 54 of Curtis Saber and the Caterpillar Chevrolet Camaro. Throw back to the Ward Burton days, it looks like there for Curtis tonight in that 54. Sharp looking ride. Right behind him on track is the number 20 of Larry Garnes, holding on to what is the 15th spot currently. So Larry, slow and steady, will get him to the finish line is usually what Larry's mentality. So keep an eye on him. He should be someone around at the end of this race. Doesn't make a lot of mistakes, and he will bring that car home in one piece for us. Then behind him, after his lap 1 incident, Tommy Osborne currently running in 16th with some ground to make up in front of him. Obviously some front bodywork issues there. You can see the nose just barely hanging on as he gets to the inside of Larry Garnes that time through turn number 11. And then Greg Barnett in the Night Owl Sos 38. Ooh, a bit of off-road excursion there where he's able to get it back on the track and headed back down towards the hairpin. So spoke to Greg earlier tonight. Feeling a little bit under the weather, so I'm not sure if he is going to be able to complete the full event with us tonight, but he's going to do his darndest to finish as many laps as he can. But there is Greg Barnett in his number 38. At the back, bringing up in the 18th spot is the number 2, Tyrone Yo. He's out of Pennsylvania and drives that number 2 Ford Mustang as he works his way back up the hill. Another one of those guys here with us tonight that's going to run a slow and steady race, make sure that car stays on track, and complete as many laps as he can in this one as he works his way through the through to turn 2 and 3 complex up into turn number 4. All the while, though, Brendan Mathia continues to lead the way by about 6.3 seconds over now second place driver Riley Hoots after Lewis Clark got off track there earlier. But he is he's back on track, obviously. But up front, it's Brendan Mathia continuing to lead this one since the drop of the green, the pole sitter tonight. There you can see the gap back to Riley Hoots there as he works his way through the S's. And we'll see how far back. So there's the guys behind him. So you can see Dave Lafano, Michael Kurjalek, and Travis Rodriguez all in the 4, 5, and 6 spot as they work their way down towards the hairpin here, as we will see them run through the bottom half of the S's, down the short chute, and into turn number 11. So hard on the brakes, obviously, on corner entry, as Travis looks to make a move low. Nothing happening there, as he is held off by that number 41. So we'll bring up the track map on the right hand side of your screen there, and we'll keep an eye on everyone on track. As you can see there, the gap between 1st and 18th is the number 18, or sorry, the number 1 car. Sorry, jeepers. It's almost like we haven't done this in a week. Ooh, the number 99 car way off course that time through turn number 4, but gets it back straightened out as he chases down the number 2 to be the first car to go 1 lap down in this one here, as they continue to work under green, working lap number 9 of 66. Stage breaks are at the completion of 15 and 33, so Brandon Mathieu will pull to the right hand side of that number 2 car, and he will work his way back down through the S's here. We'll take a look inside at Brandon in his office as he works his way down the short chute into the hairpin, looking to catch the back of that number 38 car running in 17th. He will try to get around him through the hairpin and back on the gas. The Tootsie number 99 Chevrolet Camaro. Right on board with Brandon here, up the hill through 1 and 2. Now he will work his way through 3 and 3A. Ooh, gets a little bumpy off that curve there. Gets to the top of 3A and shoots down into turn number 4. The right-hander onto the small straightaway between what is turn NASCAR 4 and NASCAR 7 down here at the far end as we hit turn 7, which is really only about turn 5. And then we head back down through the S's. Who knows how many corners they count this as. But it's a nice little rhythm section. Similar to, a little bit similar to what Coda has. But Coda, it's the beginning half of the lap, where here it's the back half of the lap in Sonoma. There he goes. Works his way around the Barnett 38, and we'll bring it down back through the hairpin, and that is a lap around Sonoma Raceway on board the number 99 Tootsie Brendan Mathieu driven car. So while we ride around again another lap here, we're going to take a look at the All-American Race League Cup Series point standings. Coming into the visit Napa 211 tonight from Sonoma, Larry Stubblefield holds a 3-point margin over Dave Larfana, who sits in second with 575. Behind him, Alan Bledsoe in his 42 is 10 points out of the top spot. And then James Nelson in his number 75. He's got 555 points. And rounding out the top 5 is the number 15 machine with 529 points. That's Dave Hara. Anyone in red there on your screen has already qualified for the playoffs so far this season, so they have got a win and you're in kind of situation, so they are locked into the 10 race playoffs. As we have a car off track, it looks to be the 11th place driver Alan Bledsoe. So let's take this away and we'll see if we can grab a replay of what just happened there. So you're definitely off track. Not sure how I got there. Let's rewind this and see if we can see what happened. So up through turns 1, gets it loose, catches the gravel on the left-hand side of the road and spins it back across and gets into the gravel on the right-hand side of the road. And then spins the car back around. And looks like he is able to keep going. So Alan Bledsoe obviously not going to be happy with that, but he is still continuing. He runs currently in about the 11th spot. Again, involved in that opening lap incident with the one car. So obviously not well, not what he wanted, but he continues to turn laps here. Look to make up some ground that he lost in the first lap. Up front, though, Brendan Mathieu continues to lead the way in that number 99 machine as he works his way back down to the S's on lap number 12. Oh, looks like Lewis made some contact there with the tire bearer, but he continues on his way as he looks to get around the 41. Kurdzlak hard on the brakes down into the hairpin. That'll put him back up into the 4th spot as they come across the line. So he's back up the hill. He's now on the hunt to look to get past the number 8 machine of Dave Lefano as they work their way through turn 2, and then turn 3 and 3A up another inclined hill, and then they will shoot back downhill to turn number 4 as they come down the hill here and into turn number 4. Goes way wide, gets it back on track, just barely missing the wall that time as they work down through 7. Lewis looks to the left-hand side of the number 8 car through the bottom half of the S's to get that pass done as they work back down towards the hairpin. So Lewis Clark back up to 3rd spot after falling all the way back to 8th on his. He had a bit of an incident earlier in the event that cost him a lap, but he is working his way back through the field as we get closer to the stage 1 break. So Brennan works his way down through turns number 4 as he gets over the curb there and gets back on track. Keeps it going. Caution flag is out on the track. Caution is out on the track, completing stage number 1. So at the end of stage number 1, it looks like it's going to be Brendan Mathia. Lewis Clark makes his way back up to 2nd. Riley Hoots, Dave Lefano, and Michael Kurdzlak is the top 5. Travis Rodriguez, Ken Peck, James Nelson, Kyle Purcell, and Chad Snyder will be your top 10 at the end of stage number 1. As the field will pick up the pace truck as they head up the hill and towards turn number 4. So as the field will gather behind the pace car, obviously a long way around the track here. But pit road should open, I believe, as they come back down through the S's and get to pit road. Should open this time by for the field. And they should probably all should see everyone come in and take full tank of fuel and some tires. As the field tightens up a little bit. As I say, that pit road is open, so these guys are headed down pit road. There you can see on the right-hand side. As they all will roll down into their pit stalls here. A little backwards pit stopping today, if that even is a word, the pit stop. So no, they will pit on the correct side. The fuel will go in on the left-hand side, which is just like normal on the ovals. So not too much of a change for the pit crews. Obviously, some of the tracks we go to, specifically Watkins Glen, the crew will pit the car on the opposite side. So you can see the cars on pit road there. Everyone is getting some work done on their cars. It's 4 tires and fuel, probably the call for most of these guys. As guys coming and going there as we head back out onto the track. And it looks like Dave Lafano will be the first car off of pit road. So Dave Lafano will now be your leader when we come to the restart. It looks like the 99 may have had a speeding penalty because he is letting everyone else go by him. So not the pit stop that the 99 team wanted, as he will pull off to the side and let the rest of the field cycle by. Looks like the 38 of excuse me, the 38 of Greg Barnett was the free pass car on that one. As the leader will work back across the start-finish line. Looks like they've gotten the 1 to go flag that time. As the field will double file here as we work our way back around, and hopefully these guys at the back will be able to get caught up to these guys at the front. And we'll get set to start stage number 2. His truck heads to pit road, and we look for the green flag this time at the back half of the hairpin. Here they go through the hairpin and back out of the other side as they roll into the restart zone. Here they come. Green flag is back out, and we are underway for stage number 2. here from Sonoma. So Brendan Mathia leads the way after that restart over Dave Lafano, Lewis Clark, Riley Hoots, and Travis Rodriguez. Your top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there as they work their way back down the S's into the hairpin. Lafano gets in there a little hot and a little bit off track, but he's able to keep it, get back on track and not lose any positions. Well, now we see Lewis Clark. He goes a little bit off track there at the top of the hill. A couple of cars will get by him as they are pushing and shoving there up the top of the hill. Is back underway. Well, now we got Riley Hoots around here. See if we can get a replay of what happened there. A little too much curve. Same thing that happened to the 73 earlier in the race. Unfortunately, Riley backed it into the wall there. He's able to keep it going and able to. He loses a few spots, back down to about 12th or 13th right now, but no catastrophic damage. It doesn't appear as he is setting off back towards the number 5. See if he can catch the number 5 car. Like that Barnett has had a bit of an incident. We'll see if we can take a look, see what happened to the 38. Through the S's. Oh, just gets off track and into the wall a little bit. Able to get back on track and keep going. But it looks like he got a meatball flag because of that. So he will have to bring it down to pit road and the attention of his crew eventually. But he will continue on track at this time. Another issue on track, some cars involved here as they come into the kink. Let's see if we can see a replay of what happened here. The two cars get together, that's the 41 and the 01, and then Chad gets into the outside wall on corner exit. Let's see if we can get a better shot of that replay here. So I think Mike just didn't realize how far up beside him the 01 was, and kind of tried to cut it back down to the inside of the corner and just shut the door a little bit. No harm, no foul, I don't think, as both cars are able to communicate. He just drives it in and cuts it back to the right, but Kyle was there, unfortunately, and him and Kyle have a little bit of work to do to get back up past those cars that they unfortunately lost some positions to because of that tangle. So everyone's having having their fair share of issues here early through the mid part of this one. Obviously, Brendan Mathias continuing to lead this one as he had prior to the stage break. Dave Lorfano up in second place right now. Travis Rodriguez up into third. Obviously, he was helped out by those two cars getting together, the 01 and the 41. Looks like Lewis had another 2X. See what happened here to Lewis. Well, there he goes. He locks it up. Too much curb, blocks it up, and gets it off course. Not too bad. Gets it right. It kind of stays out of the way, and as these guys just cycle by. So not the afternoon I'm sure Lewis wants up until this point. Handful of mistakes. Obviously, I believe first start of the season with us here in the All-American Racing League. So definitely a road course expert, but got his hands full tonight. Saw that mentioned didn't get a lot of practice in. A little bit of practice earlier today as he goes around again. This time through turn number 7. It's back underway. Up front, though, in second place, Dave Fafano continues to chase down the number 99 of Brendan Mathia, who you see there, working his way through the kink and across the start-finish line. Dave gets those wheels off the track a little bit, but able to keep it pointed in the correct direction. Gap between himself and Brendan now up to 7 seconds that time. It looks like we have another car off course, potentially. Let's see if, looks like Larry might have had a bit of an issue. Just really tight, gets into that tire barrier. So nothing too serious for could have a battle for second place developing here as Travis looks to run down the number 8 machine of Dave Lafano up the hill climb into turns 3 and 3A. There we go, through 3 and 3A. Dave keeps it on track there, got a little tight on corner exit as they work their way back down here through 4. Everyone gets off track like they normally do, and looks like still headed in the right direction. Second road course event of the year for these guys. So the first one was earlier in the season. We had the Coda event. I think it was race number 3 or 4 on the season. Let me just pull a look here at the schedules. We see the 79er Rodriguez looking to the inside of Lafano through the hairpin. He gets that move done as he's up into second. Move Dave back to third. So yeah, race number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Race number 6 in the year was a 40-lap event from Circuit of the Americas. Travis Rodriguez was the pole sitter, led them to green, and then Kyle Purcell led 21 of the 40 laps and picked up his first victory of the year, followed by Larry Stubblefield, Travis Rodriguez, Dave Lafano, and Cam Harris. So a couple of those guys not with us here tonight in this field, Larry Stubblefield and Cam Harris, but still some guys looking to pick up the victory here as Travis, and now he's got it in front of in front of Dave. He's looking to open up a bit of a gap there. Gap's already up to about 2.5 seconds for Travis over Dave Lafano. See if Travis has anything for Brendan here as we get towards the midpoint of stage number 2. Again, completion of lap 33 will be the end of stage number 2. See if Travis can track down Brendan here. Close that gap. It's down to about 8.5 seconds that time as Travis comes across the line. So a bit of work to do as the number 99 car is already at the top of the first hill, working his way through 3 and 3A as these guys work through turn 2 and 2A. Up the hill they go. Back down the bottom on the S's and headed back down towards the hairpin is the number 79 machine. There it goes. See the gap back to the number 8 car. Dave Lafano is 8.2 seconds now is the gap between first and second. So definitely making a bit of headway on the lead. So let's get rid of something. Too much information on the screen. So there's the gap between first and second at this point. 8.4 seconds currently it's sitting at. There of the lap time history. So last 2 laps, Travis has been quicker than Brendan up front, but the lead is still sitting at a little bit able to. Travis lost a bit of ground that lap. Should see that the 99 car was quicker on that lap as we wait for Travis to cross the line to see where the gap was. So there you go, half a second slower that time we could tell because the time gap went from about 8.4 up to 9 and now it's back to 8.8. So Barnett gets a little bit off course, giving the Tootsie's number 99 a bit of room, but able to keep it on track and keep it going here. Take a quick run through the field here as we are working lap number 29 of 66, getting close to the end of stage number 2. So there is the second place machine, the number 79 of Juggles, Travis Rodriguez, working his way in through the hairpin there. So second place is the number 79. Third place on the board there is the number 8 target machine of Dave Lafano. So from what I can tell based on pit stop lengths, Dave had an 11-second pit stop, which I think resulted in him taking just 2 tires. So 2 tire stop potentially there for Dave that time on the end of the first stage. So he works his way back up the hill and he sits in 3rd spot. 4th and still running in the top 5 as he has most of the event tonight, Michael Kurdzielak in his number 41. He is running in 4th place, as I mentioned, about 22 seconds off the leader. Holding on to 5th place is the Auto Serve number 75 of James Nelson. He works his way up through the S's and now back down the small hill into turn number 4. So that's the 75 of Nelson running in 5th. Right behind him is Lewis Clark. He has got himself back up into 6th position here on lap number 30 after a few off-track excursions and spins. He is 27 seconds back of the leader, but up in 6th spot. Behind him in 7th is the Prisma Health number 16 Camaro of Ken Pack as he works his way down the S's there. Ken is about 30 seconds off of the leader, and behind him is that number 01 machine, the Animal Services Toyota of Kyle Purcell. Back up to 9th, a little bit of a bounce back for the driver that spun out in turn number 4, Riley Hoots, as he heads down pit road. Looks like he is going to make a pre-stage break pit stop to see if he can get himself some track position on the restart. So he is heading down pit road. That'll mean Dave Harris should move up into the 9th position in his number 15 Gamer Tube Elite Camaro as he works through the kink and across the start finish line. Right behind him in that same shot is the number 1 at Tommy Osborne. Unfortunately, 1 lap down at this point on the field. So Tommy is 1 lap down, running in 15th. Behind Dave, we'll find the number 26 Blues Race Design Camaro of, Toyota of Chad Snyder. Obviously some body damage after the contact with the incident there with the 01 and the 41. Chad got into the tire barrier just trying to avoid on corner exits, so got a bent up fender there on that one. Not too much damage though, as there you see back to the 11th place runner, Michael Boone, currently holding on to 11th. Riley Hoots, after his pit stop, has come back out in 12th position, and then behind him is the 54 Caterpillar machine of Curtis Sebaran. We're going to take a look here, find Brendan as he is working lap number 32, so a couple more laps before the end of stage number 1. Works his way back down through the S's and into turn number 11 as he's got Riley Hoots there right in front of him. So if pit stop strategy is going to work out for Riley Hoots, it's got to stay in front of the 99. So we'll see what happens here over this last lap as the leader starts lap 33. So stage will end next time around. Next time the leader comes back around will be the end of the stage. If the 91's able to stay in front of him on track, he will be in a great spot come the restart. But if he gets passed by the leader, that'll put the 91 1 lap down and will be taking the free pass. So we'll see. Doesn't look like, honestly, doesn't look like the 99's pushing too hard as the gap to second gets smaller. As I say that, 91 doesn't do himself any favors and spins himself out on the exit of turn number 4, gets it going again. So looks like won't have to worry about letting the 99 pass him when he spins out. Unfortunately, that's going to make it a little bit easier, but the 99 works back down through the S's this time on lap 33, coming to the completion of stage number 2. Looks to pick up another 10 championship points as well as another very important playoff point. Every stage win comes with 1 playoff point, so as he works his way through the hairpin and comes out of the other side, we will go caution at the end of stage number 2, with the winner being Brendan Mathia. So collecting both stage wins so far excuse me, this afternoon is the number 99. Pace car coming out to collect the field at full throttle there, slipping and sliding up the hill through 1 and 2. So while the field catches up to the leaders under caution, we will take a quick minute to step away here, and we'll be right back for for the pit stops and the completion of this event. As the field heads down pit road under caution, they get their last tank of fuel and last set of tires. We'll see them roll into the screen here on the left-hand side. There they are. So Mathia, Rodriguez, Sabran in his 54, a lap or so down. The 8 is running in third. Then you have the 41 of Kurjalak, the 73 of Clark as they are heading into their pit stops, and the pit stops will be being completed here on track as we see some cars already completed their stops and heading back towards the end of pit road. Looks like Brendan will win that race off of pit road. Behind him will be Rodriguez, Urfano, Kurjalek, and then Lewis Clark, James Nelson, and Ken Pack. We should see a little bit more of a battle here as hard on the gas is the 15 O'Hara. He'll be the next car off of pit lane, and the next in the running order should be the 26 of Snyder. And then Michael Boone just getting those left side tires put on, and that pit stop completed. He will head back out on track in 10th spot. So there's your running order under the second caution of the afternoon at the completion of stage number 2. So Kyle Purcell still on pit road, maximizing the time he is using to get that damage repaired. Obviously picked up some damage when him and the 41 made some contact through the hairpin earlier in that stage. Let's see if we can find a replay of that incident. 1 second here. Maybe I can find it, maybe I can't find it. What's this one? Let's see. What's this one? Well, this is just when he gets into him and Chad get together, unfortunately, right there. What's this one? This is the replay. So this was the incident, the original contact between the 41 and the 01. Both of them, unfortunately, able to continue. Both lost the spots. There's some Chad hitting the wall. That's the contact I mentioned earlier. Looks like the field has taken the white flag as they're up the at the far end of the racetrack. Looks like it's going to be Mathia, Rodriguez, Lurfano, Kurzulek, Clark, Nelson, Pack, Hara, Snyder, and Boone, like I mentioned earlier, will be the top 10 when they come back to green. So they kind of get single file here, a little easier to get through the S's that way. Don't want to be rubbing under the caution, so single file as they work their way back down. Through the S's and down to the hairpin for the restart of this one. caution lap. Looks like they give him the field a little bit of extra time to get caught up. As you can see, still some stragglers there working to get caught up. So it looks like we're going to go one more lap under caution green, hopefully next time. Across the line as the field gets tightened up. Still 13 cars on the lead lap, which is pretty good here for a course event. Looks like let's take a look at this. Okay, so as they work their way back through turns 4 into turn 7, don't mind the NASCAR math. So we'll try it again this time. Hopefully we should see the green flag with come out with 29 laps to go in this one, as we are getting down to what they call the nitty-gritty, I guess you could say. So Mathia Rodriguez on the front row, Lurfano and Kurgulek on the second row. We got Clark and Nelson, Pack, Harris, Snyder, Boone, Kyle Purcell, Tommy Osborne, and Riley Hoots, all lead lap cars as we get set to go back racing here as the pace car has tucked into the safety of pit road. The leader and first to fire will hopefully be the number 99 as they work their way back to the restart zone. Green flag is out and we are back racing at Sonoma. The completion of this round as they work their way up the hill. Looks like the edge is going to go to the Hoots 99 as he slides in front of Travis, but as Travis gets a good run there, gets way loose. That kind of snaps around almost on the 79, but able to keep it pointing in the right direction. As I say that, he goes way off track. Lewis Clark goes off track. He gets hit by Tommy Osborne. They causes a bit of a muck-luck, and it moves Lurfano to second. Rodriguez back to third, and a 3-second lead for Brandon Mathia. Let's see if we can see a replay of all that went on there, because that was a whole lot of calamity. So as they come through here, you can see Travis gets loose, and then 73 gets loose. He kind of just stops in the middle of the track. Nowhere to go for Tommy Osborne, unfortunately. He gets into that 73 as the 73 is able to continue. We'll take a look here at Travis's issue. Same thing, Travis just gets a little loose. He doesn't spin out, but he definitely takes the off-road route there, and he's got to slow down, I would assume, for a cut course penalty. And he will let the 8 go by on the outside. He catches a lot of that curve through turn 4, but able to keep it going. And currently sitting in third, so didn't lose too much ground in that change of events. So SG works his way now in third place behind the Lurfano 8 and the 99 of Brendan Mathia. Kurgulek, Nelson are your top 5, rounding up the top 5, and 4th and 5th. Purcell already up to 7th after restarting in, it looks like Dave Lurfano is spun himself out, so Dave Lurfano off track there. So get a replay of that one for you. It looks like Boone and Lewis Clark have made some contact. So a bunch of things going on here as Dave gets a little too much of that curb. So the same thing that happened to both the 91 and 73 happens to Dave here. Gets too much curb, gets it pointed back in the right direction, stays out everyone's way, and continues on his way. And I think there was another issue with a few cars further back. Let's see here. Some contact between the 5 and the 73, and the 5 spins, the 73 spins out, and then the 26 spins out. So let's take a look at that. So Louis just getting back on the gas a little too hard, hits the curbing and then takes out the 26. So hopefully not too much damage for either of those cars, as both were able to continue dropping way back now, as Snyder runs in 12th, Clark in 13th, the last two cars on the lead lap at this point. And then Dave Lafano, after his bit of an issue, has fallen back to the 8th spot for number 8 cars. So, a rocky start here to stage number 3, the final stage of this one, as we've definitely had a bunch of cars making contact out there. So we continue to roll around, though. Obviously, green flag, just local cautions for these issues. So up front, though, it's obviously continuing to be the 99 of Mathia. Now Travis Rodriguez back up into second, about 4 seconds, 3.8 seconds that is, off the lead at this point, as he works his way through the hairpin and down the kink and across the start-finish line to complete lap number, his 40th circuit. So 40 down, 26 to go for the field this time. .25 to go that time across the line for the 99 as he works his way through the uphill portion down to back downhill into turn number 4. Looks like Dave Harris had a run-in with something, as he has received the meatball flag, so we'll see if we can see what happened to Dave here. So down through the S is a little too much speed, carries it off track, and then the car kind of hooks to the left and gets into the wall, loses the bumper, misses the entrance to pit road, so he's going to have to go all the way back around before he can bring that car down to the attention of the pit crew. There's a, gives us a great view of the nose of that car and what's behind that front bumper, as he works his way now back at the top of the track. He's coming back down there, so I'm sure he will head down pit road this time. If he can get that car back to pit road in one piece, he will bring it to the attention of the crew. I'm not sure if he has a fast repair left or not. Hopefully he does, and he won't lose too much ground. But meatball mechanical flag for the old 15 machine this time, last time around. So he's going to bring it down pit road, and we'll see if he can get that repaired in a timely manner. But up front continues to be none other than Brendan Mathia, leading the way in his number 99 car. So I mentioned earlier, in a good position to maximize his points intake, I guess, for lack of better terms. He's already won stage 1 and 2, so that's 20 points towards the championship. He is currently leading, obviously, so that'll be maximum points there. And along with that, if he holds on to this one, he's going to get a handful of playoff points. 1 point for each stage win, and then 5 points for a race win. So look for him to get as many points as he can here in this one, as he works his way back down through the hairpin. Looks like Dave Hara did have that fast repair to use, as he is back out on track. Obviously lost a few positions making that pit stop, but he is continuing on his way. So the gap down to about 2.8 seconds between the number 99 and the 79. There you can see the difference. So at one point was up over 4 seconds, now down under 3 seconds. So either Travis had a really good lap, or then Mathia had a not so good lap, closing that gap even further here down through the S's. Pretty sure we'll see one more pit stop from all these cars. Obviously, we've gone about, first stage was 15 laps. Second stage was roughly about the same once they got going. But I can't imagine they can go 25 plus laps on a tank of fuel. So we'll see. We'll keep an eye on that. See if these guys start to make pit stops here when it gets to the point that they can make it to the end. Kind of, it's usually a work of backwards scenario. Usually, I say that usually. So we'll see. But when these guys start pitting, obviously we'll cover that action. But you can see the Rodriguez machine not giving up too much ground there. And he's definitely been quicker the last 2 laps. As I say that though, you can see there, lap 42. Brendan set the fastest lap of the race, a 1:15.993, so a sub 16-second lap. That's the first one we've seen in either qualifying or race. So definitely the car has pace still left in it. Obviously a little slower on the next 2 laps, allowing Juggles to reel him in a little bit, but still a long way to go. 22 laps to the end of this one as they work their way through the S's again and back to the start finish line. As 15 O'Hara goes to hard right left there. Oh no, that was right. Hard right to get out of the way. I'll let the 99 car by. I'm sure he'll have the same courtesy for the 79 when he gets to him. But they come back across the line. We'll see lap time difference. Obviously opened a little bit of a gap, I think. So not much, but definitely a little bit faster than Travis, I would think, that time. Yeah, 4/10 quicker for the 99 car. As he's not going away. The 79 isn't going away, but it's keeping the deficit kind of whole. It's kind of staying where it is. As there you can see back to the 79 is able to get around the 15 easily. Dave Hare doing the courtesy thing. I don't know. That doesn't even make sense in English. The nice gesture by letting both these guys by without putting up too much of a fight. We saw Dave on pit road there a couple laps ago getting that damage fixed that he sustained when he got into that wall. Some looks like the 54 Caterpillar machine, Curtis Sabaran, is on pit road also, potentially for his last stop of the race. Not sure, maybe correcting some damage. Either way, we continue with this time by the line will be 20 laps to go for your leader in the number 99 machine. As Greg Barnett stays open to our inside, that allows the 99 to get through with no problems. Puts Barnett another lap down, 5 laps now. The field I mentioned earlier, Barnett not feeling too hot under the weather here this week, so he wasn't sure how much of the race he was going to complete, but so far he's hung in there with us and seeing if he can get a good finish. But it looks like the pit window may have opened here, as looks like the 41 Michael Kerjelek is on pit road, which means for his final stop, I would assume. I didn't see any incidents that he was involved in, so it doesn't look to be an unscheduled stop. So it might be the start of the pit stop sequence here. At the end of this one, like I said, 20 laps to go. That time for the leader working on this time by it'll be 19. Looks like Boone also been on pit lane, still on pit lane as he has completed his stop, a little lengthier stop, so might have had some damage to fix there. But as I say, that's something has happened to Travis. He's lost a ton of time to the leader. So Let's see, this is what did him in here. Oh, yeah, some big time off-road in there. Locks the tires up, keeps it pointed in the right direction, avoids any contact, does a 360, lets the 2-lap cars back by, gets back on track, and away he goes. And as we are watching, that looks like another incident on track here with the 91 and the 73. Oh! Hard contact with the wall for the 73 here. Just made a hard turn to the right. Not exactly sure what happened there, but looks like the engine might have went south on that one with that big contact. So we'll take another look here at the replay of that one, just as they come down here through the S. Not enough room, and 73 just into the outside wall and blues up the engine. So not a good one for there. Looks like Dave Lafano also had some issues here. Let's see what happened to Dave. Oh, hard contact. Looks like he bent the right front up on that contact. So able to continue, but had to come down and serve a meatball flag, use his fast repair, and that's kind of what got these two. So kind of one thing led to the other. Let's take a look at this replay again here. So we're gonna watch the 2-car. Or the 8-car make heavy contact here with the wall. He's able to continue, but as he pulls back on track, the 91 and the 73 are going to approach as the next 2 cars, and they have to get on the brakes, and that results in them getting side by side. I'm trying to go 3 wide, and I just think the 73 thought he was closer to the 8 than he was, and that's forced him and the 91 to make contact, and the 91 went off-roading there through the bottom half of the S's, but everyone seems to be going again, obviously. Oh, we got a caution on the track. Oh, shoot. Yeah, looks like the caution is out. So as the cars head down pit road, cars that haven't pitted are on pit road at this point. the field works under caution, looks like we've received the 1-to-go signal. That time at the line, so your leader, after making his pit stop earlier under green flag, looks like it's going to work out in favor of the 41, Michael Kurjulek. He will be the leader as they come to the restart. As the field rolls down into the hairpin as the pace car is onto pit road, we get set to go back. Green flag racing this time out of turn number 4. We'll have 15 laps, turn number 4, turn number 11. We'll have 15 laps to go when the green flag is displayed. And green is back out and we are back underway. Back up the hill, looks like the 99 able to get the jump there. That time on the restart of the 41, but that puts the 41 now back to second. Looks like Travis may have had some issues as he has dropped out of the top 5. So coming up the hill, 75 gets loose. And he got help from the 26 straightening out, but then he got into the 79 and that spun him out. So not ideal for those two cars that started up in the top 5 on that restart. Now running back in about 11th and 12th. Looks like Chad Snyder has had a bit of an issue, off-track excursion. Let's see what we got going on there. A little bit too much speed as he is going to get into the tire barrier and lose the front bumper on that one, getting him the mechanical flag. So he will have to come down pit road to get that machine looked at. So he's able to drive it away, but like I said, we'll have to come down pit road and have the crew take a look at that one. Up front though continues to be Brendan Mathia over Michael Kurjulek. And then Ken Peck now up into the 3rd spot, so a new face inside the top 3. At this point, it's the 16 of Ken Peck. Looks like Dave Lufano had a bit of an... Oh, now we got Ken Peck getting loose out of turn number 4. That's going to open the door there for the 0-1 to go around the outside. And then the 1 of Tommy Osborne right there looking to get around him also. Nothing happening yet though, as Pack's able to get it back righted and headed back in the right direction. A little bit in the sand there, but I was going to say, looked like Dave Lufano had a bit of an issue there. Prior to that, coming up the hill, he's going to lose it and avoid contact with the wall, so that's a good. And continues on his way, still on the lead lap, of course, running in about the 9th position. As they work back around the start-finish line, Brendan Mathia, though, is right there on top of the heap still. Leads lap number 53 complete, 13 to go. Back up the hill has been followed by the 41. Continue to work their way around the 1.96 mile Sonoma Raceway. As we get down to the final handful of laps in this one, it continues to be Brendan Mathia leading the way as he has for a good majority of this event. as the gap between the leader and second place stays pretty whole. Uh, he hasn't lost any ground to him, and he hasn't really gained any ground on him as they work their way down through turn number 4. Everyone trying to avoid using too much of the curb. That has led to the demise of a handful of drivers here tonight, hitting that inside curb through 4. Seems to unload the car a lot, resulting in 3 or 4 spin outs, maybe even more than that. We saw the 73, the 8 car, the 91 car, the 16 car, so 4 or 5 guys unfortunately got up on that inside curb through turn 4, resulting in them either spinning out or losing a handful of positions. But as we ride on board the roof cam, the QFRL roof cam, on top of the number 41, back through the kink and down the front straightaway. You can see the leader there up ahead of him. Lost a little bit of ground that time through the hairpin, but still within striking distance, I'd say. As they got 11 laps to go that time across the line. So it looks like Ken Pack was able to get back up into the 3rd spot as he shows 3rd on the scoring pylon. About 9.5 seconds off the leader at this point. They work there. Tommy Osborne running in 4th right behind him. Tommy obviously had some issues earlier in this race on lap number 1 that put him, I think at one point it put him at least a lap down. So he's been able to recover and up into the top 5. So it proves that if you can keep the car on the track, you will be successful here, because if you let everyone else cause themselves headaches, just keeping the car on the track will keep you in a good finishing position. That's can be seen here tonight. Obviously made that mistake on lap number 1, but used the rest of this race to used the rest of the race to get back up into the top 5. So now he's in 4th, chasing down the 16 of Peck as they come across the start-finish line and have 10 laps to go this time for the field. So 10 to go for Brendan Mathia as he continues to lead the way by about 2 seconds over the 41 of Kurzulek here through the hill climb down the small hill into turn 4. A lot of curb there for the 41 that time. So it kind of gets the car really out of sorts, and it's probably hard, obviously a little bit hard to hold on to when it gets too much air there, when you get too much of that curb. But now back down through the S's. Jump on board the rear spoiler cam on the 99 there. You can see the number 41 back in the distance, gaps up to about 2.2 seconds. So not unsurmountable, but if Brendan keeps laying down the lap times that he has for the first 50 laps of this one, I think it's safe to say that he is going to bring it home in one piece, if he can bring it home in one piece, and he will find his way to victory lane tonight. So let's take 9 to go that time across the lap. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick look around the field and see who is where. So like I mentioned, Michael Kurtz is in the 41. He runs in 2nd place. Then you have Ken Pack in the Prisma Health number 16 in 3rd. Tommy Osborne in the Night Owl Sows number 1 Camaro up into the top 5. Kyle Purcell there in his 01 DuPage County Animal Services Toyota running in 5th. Riley Hoots, a good bounce back for him. He's been involved in a few of his own issues, as well as gotten tangled up in some other drivers' messes, but he is now up into 6th. Dave Lafano also has had his fair share of off-track excursions, so he is currently running in 9th, was up to leading at one point here earlier in the race, but finding himself in 7th spot, right now. And then behind him, another guy who has had his share of issues and off-track excursions, the 15 of, excuse me, Hillbilly Dave Hare, Gamer Tube Elite 15, that is. As you can see here on screen, the 79 and juggles Rodriguez. Travis juggles Rodriguez, looks to the inside of the 15 through turn number 11. Is able to get it done. Sure is. Travis able to make that pass. So move Travis up into 8th, Dave back to 9th, and then 10th right now. James Nelson still looking to recover from his restart incident on just after the restart coming up the hill here. Him and the 26 got together, and then they got into the 79, resulting in all three of those cars dropping back, and 75 hasn't been able to recover, and he is running back in 10th. Right behind him is the Dallas Stars, number 5, Michael Boone, holding on to a solid 11th place, up 2 spots from his original starting spot. Larry Garnes here is running in the 12th position, currently 1 lap down. Him and Michael Boone both 1 lap down. Behind him in 13th, the 38 Night Owl Sauce Machine of Greg Barnett. He is roughly, I think, about 5 laps down to the field at this point, so he is still on track. Chad Snyder on pit road, unfortunately getting some damage done. Tyrone Yo still out there, turning some laps, keeping his car clean and out of trouble. That's always Tyrone. Oh, goes a little hot into that corner, able to get it back, and looks good. And then everyone else out of this race: Lewis Clark, Curtis Sabaran, and Alan Bledsoe, all out of this race. But up front, it continues to be the 99 of Brendan Mathia with a 4.5 second lead over Michael Kurtz in the number 41 as they race their way back down through the S's. Oh, we got another car off track a little further back. Looks like Kyle Purcell off track. Let's see if we can get a replay of that. So as he comes up the hill here, puts himself off track, slides through turn 4, back across the track, off into the sand. Able to keep going. We'll have to give a few spots up just because he crossed the... and pulls right back in front of Lafano in the 8, and they make contact. Up front though, Brendan Mathia will lead him back up the hill with 6 laps to go in this one. As we continue here, as works our way up through the far end of the racetrack. Last time across the line, 4.4 seconds is the difference between first and second. There's the gap back to second spot there. That blue and black machine. Entering a little further back is your second place runner. Back across the line. Handful of laps to go. Literally this time 5 to go as Brendan crosses the line and heads back up through turns 1. And back through turn 2. And then 2A. And then back to the left through turn 3 and 3A, and then back down to turn number 4. Down the hill, it'll come right at you here. There he goes, back down the hill. Over the rumble strips and through turn 4 into turn number 7. Take a look back a little further. That's Michael Kurtz there in his number 41 car. Back through the S's. Just a handful of more times here as we get down to 3 laps to go this time across the line. It continues to be Brendan Monthia looking to pick up his 4th win on the season. Definitely has a good year going. Had to use a couple of provisionals here so far this year. Unfortunately not able to make all the races with us, but still when he's here, he's definitely one of the cars to beat, and he's got him covered tonight, that's for sure. 3 laps to go this time across the line, right there for the number 99. Barnett pulls out of the way of the leader, lets him cruise on by. Want to cause any issues for anyone this late in the race, especially the leader, as he heads back up 2 turns 1 and 2. Looks like Travis has had a bit of an issue down there in the S's as he's losing a couple spots. See what happened here on this one. Oh, hard into that last corner, and that's going to put him into the fence, and he is going to get the meatball flag, so he will have to either bring it down pit road, or looks like he is definitely bringing it down pit road, so he will not be able to finish this one without having to stop. But 2 laps to go as the leader works his way down the S's and down back towards the start-finish line. This time out of turn, turn number 11, white flag in the air for the leader, Brendan Monthia. 1 lap to go, that time across the line. 1.96 miles between him and the checkered. As there you can see Travis rejoining the field, unfortunately losing a lap. That puts him back into roughly about 10th position now on the field after what was a good afternoon here. A bunch, just a little bit of situations out of his control there, the last part of the last half of this race, as he was involved in a tangle on that last restart after the green flag came out. Wasn't able to bounce back, and then obviously that last incident off track event that we saw there, I just showed you, ending into the wall, resulting in the mechanical meatball flag, having to bring it down the pit crew. Pit road. Luckily, he had a fast repair, so only lost 1 lap, putting him back to 10th. Not losing any more than that. Says down through the final part of the S's, though. There's the number 99 as he works his way into the turn number 11 for the final time. As the Tootsies, number 99, driven by Brendan Monthia, out of turn number 11, and you will see him cross the start-finish line. Your winner tonight in the Visit Napa Valley 211. Brendan Monthia will bring home the victory. There's Travis Rodriguez coming home in 10th spot. Then you got Michael Kurds here in 2nd. The battle on for 3rd. Oh, Tommy Osborne gives Ken Pack a big shove in there. But Ken Pack able to hold on to 3rd place here through the final little kink down across the line as Osborne makes contact with the wall for 4th. And then it looks like Dave Lurfano is going to bring his machine home in 5th. Riley Hoops right behind him in 6th. Kyle Purcell will come home in 7th. Look for the 75. There's James Nelson, 8th place tonight. And then behind him, the 9th place finisher will be Dave Hara. So that wraps up the race tonight. A big congrats. And, oh, that was some good TV right there. A big win for the number 99 of Brendan Mathia. If you stick with us, we'll hopefully try to get a word with tonight's top 3. So bear with me, and we'll see if we can get someone on the radio here. Hey Ken, it's Nathan up in the booth. You got a copy?
I sure do.
Congrats on the 3rd place here from Sonoma. Obviously, a road course is definitely not what everyone's used to. More circle tracks for everyone, but a solid finish for you here tonight.
Well, I didn't expect the top 3. That's for sure. I guess it's just being consistent, keeping it on track.
That seems to be the key. And so shout out to you for a solid finish, and we'll hopefully talk to you again next week.
Alright, I appreciate it.
That was 3rd place finisher Ken Pack. We'll see if we can get a word with 2nd place finisher in the 41. 1 second here. Hey Mike, it's Nathan in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Pretty solid 2nd place finish there for you. Are you happy with that?
I am super excited for that. Don't get me wrong, I wanted to win, but 2nd place is very strong.
I think for those guys finishing up front, keeping it on track was definitely the key tonight, and you managed to do that, which helped you bring it home 2nd.
Yeah, I knew that was going to be the key. If I could just eliminate mistakes and stay out of mistakes, I knew I could get a good solid finish.
Well, congrats to you on the 2nd place, and we'll talk to you again next week after the race.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, that was 2nd place finisher Michael Kurds in the number 41. Now we'll see if we can grab a word with tonight's winner, the number 99 of Brendan Mathia. Hey Brendan, it's Nathan in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah.
Congrats on the big win tonight. Obviously the dominating car in this one. I think the key is just minimizing mistakes and keeping it on track.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm pretty proud. I think even more proud of than the win would be the fact that I didn't have a single incident and go off track once. So I think that's pretty cool. So yeah, it was definitely the key. There's a lot of fast race cars out there though. Travis had me nervous for a while. Luis had me nervous in the beginning. There's a lot of good talent out there tonight, and so I think I even feel better about myself knowing that there was guys contending. I didn't just blow everybody out.
Definitely a strong result. Obviously 4th win for you on the season, so hopefully that success continues here as we get towards the playoffs. Just a handful of races left before that starts. But again, congrats. Anyone you want to thank for helping you out today?
Yeah, just you for throwing up the broadcast, all the admin for putting this league together. It's been fun. It's been a hell of a ride. So I'm just really enjoying my time here. All my teammates at PRT, and then my dad for watching, and then just putting in the work last night in practice.
All right, thanks again, Brendan, and congrats on the win, and hopefully we'll talk to you next week or a few more times here in the upcoming races.
For sure, I hope so. Thank you.
All right, that was tonight's winner, Brendan Mathia, driver of the number 99 Camaro. So we'll take a quick look here at the results from tonight's visit the Napa Valley 211. As I mentioned, Brendan Mathia picks up the win in his number 99. Followed by Michael Kurdzalek in 2nd in his 41, then Ken Pack with a happy with his 3rd place finish. Tommy Osborne, a great bounce back night for him, finishing in 4th after a lap 1 incident saw him drop all the way to the back of the field, and I'm pretty sure at one point ended up being 1 lap down. 5th tonight, another, again, bouncing back after a few issues, is Dave Lurfano in his number 8. Then Riley Hoots had a handful of off-track events himself, but holds on to a 6th place finish. Kyle Purcell loses a few spots over the last handful of laps, finishing in 7th after his miscue coming through up the hill there and then sliding across through turns 4. And then James Nelson, obviously running up front at the last question came out, but him and Truggles and Chad got a bit of an incident there on that last restart, causing him to lose a few spots. Dave Hara brings it home 15th after having to pit pretty late to get the black flag cleared there after contact with the wall. We saw Travis Rodriguez, his light race incident, dropping him down to 10th. He's the first car 1 lap down, and then he's followed across the line by Michael Boone, Larry Garnes, all 3 of them 1 lap down. Greg Barnett finishes the race 7 laps off the pace. Obviously, hope Greg feels better soon. Know he's under the weather with some kind of flu bug there this week, so happy to have him finish as many laps as he can. Tyrone Yo finishes in 14th, 9 laps off the pace, but a clean car like always for Tyrone. Chad Snyder had a handful of issues himself, finishes 15 laps off the pace in 15th. Lewis Clark making his first start of the year, unfortunately not enough practice, he says, earlier today, and it looks like it came back to hurt him a little bit, and he will finish in 16th. Curtis Sabran in 17th, and then Alan Bledsoe finishes in 18th spot. So that's the rundown from tonight's finish. We will take a look here at the upcoming schedule as we will be back on the air next week from Iowa for the Cup Series inaugural visit to Iowa. Obviously, a new track this year for the 2024 season, but hopefully we see some great racing like we have over the past few weeks here. We'll have the debate this week whether it's a short track or not. It's about 9/10 of a mile, so I don't think it's a short track, but maybe it is. And then 2 weeks from tonight, the 11th of June, we'll head to New Hampshire, and then we'll head to Nashville Superspeedway on the 18th. So thanks for joining in tonight. Again, tonight's winner, Brennan Mathia, picks up the win here. And we will see you guys back on the air next Tuesday night. And thanks again for tuning in to the SimWorld Racing Network. My name is Nathan Christensen, and we'll talk to you next week.